Hello again, and today I'm going to do a quick video on how to add lighting to the shed. I'm going to be adding lights on the inside, not the outside. I'm hoping to get some special lights that look much more realistic to go on the outside. So I'm just going to be focusing on lighting up the inside of it so you can see a little bit easier inside, and it looks pretty cool at night and stuff. So here's all the tarmac and concrete, whatever you want to call it. It's all been finished, and you can see these shed slots in this groove that runs all the way along here, up there, and all the way around. So what I've done so far is I've made two of these hoops, if you like. Now these are just made of 5mm dowel rod cut to 8.5 centimeters, and then I've joined them together on the top with a coffee stirrer or lolly stick. These ones are coffee stirrers, but lolly sticks are pretty much the same. Now I'm going to make two of these, the other one's drying somewhere else, and I'll have one here that will go up and across like that, one sort of here that will do the same thing, and then I'll have two LEDs dropping from each hoop. So there'll be an LED suspended here and one here, and the wires will go down into the ground and then wired up underneath. So in total there should be 4 LEDs that will light up the inside. I've done a similar thing over there with the hotel. Now I'll just quickly show you how that looks, get you an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, here's the hotel. This has got 2 LEDs lighting up the inside of it on a little Y-shaped bracket. You can just about see some of the bulbs through the windows. Yeah, there's one. Another one. There we go, actually, there's a perfect view. So you can see I've got 2 LEDs in there, and they give a nice glow to the hotel, and it really complements the street light nicely as well. And you can see the cars and stuff as well in the car park. I was really pleased how this came out, so I'm going to move on to the shed. Hopefully this all looks pretty much the same, and then if there's a train inside and it's dark, you'll be able to see what's in there. I'm going to use the same method for wiring these LEDs as I did in my previous video with these buffer stops. Now if you haven't seen that video and you don't know how to solder these LEDs up, then I recommend you watch that, and that will give you a much better idea on what I'm talking about here. But I've already shown you how to do that in my previous video, so I'm not going to bother in this one. It is exactly the same principle, just the colour of the LED is yellow instead of red. Right, this is what the soldering's come out like. It looks pretty good. So I've got an LED here, an LED on the other side, and they'll run underneath the hoop and then down either side. And I've already made the second one as well, so it's turning into quite a quick job, and it does work as well. They look pretty good. So I'll put them in the hoops and install them and see what they look like. Right, I've put the frames in and attached the wiring. All I've done is put the wiring around the frame and then attached it with black insulating tape. Then I've painted the whole of the frames, including the wiring itself, just to all blend it in together so it's all painted black. And then I've drilled a tiny hole in the concrete to accept the wire, which comes underneath here. You can see a few of them there coming out, and then put a little blob of PVA glue just underneath the leg. There's another one there to hold them in, and it looks pretty good, so hopefully it'll work. So now I'm going to show you how I attach things that I wire to the layout underneath. Right, so the wires come underneath here. I'm going to show you what I do to get power to them, because at the moment we've just got a dead wire here. So I had a few people ask me how I power the accessories and stuff on the layout. The easiest way to explain it is by looking here. This layout has 2 bus wires. You have a set of bus wires here, these ones, and you have a set of bus wires here. Now these ones down there are for power to the track. You can see if we follow the wire along, we end up with some droppers. Here they are. They go up under the track and give the helix power. So this helix is just for the DCC only. It's just for powering the trains. This other bus wire, which is much shorter because it only runs the top length of the board, it doesn't run along the bottom like the DCC one, is for powering all the accessories. So all the point motors are powered from this, all the lights are powered from this, and anything else I add in the future that isn't DCC will be powered by this bus wire. Right, you don't need very much to attach it to the bus wire. Now I use these spade connectors and these plastic fold over joiners. Now it will become much more clear what these are for in a minute when I show you how they work, but this basically allows me to have a solderless connection to the bus wire underneath, so should I have a problem with any of my lighting I can simply unplug it to stop it causing problems and then troubleshoot the problem later on. So it's also much quicker as well than soldering, and with the restricted space underneath the baseboard it just makes things a lot easier, because I don't exactly like soldering upside down. So what I'm going to do is take each wire in turn. Here's one of them. Place that wire inside the spade connector like that, and then clamp it down with some pliers so it's permanently attached. We've got a nice little plug, so I'll just quickly do that. Right, I'm going to be using this part of the bus wire here because it's nice and easy to access at the moment, and I will later run it behind this pillar so it all disappears from view. Now I've just put this clip over the top of the wire, and all you have to do is just press down with the pliers onto the clip, and it should go through the wire, connect to the other side, and then you should be able to plug the little red spade connectors into there. It can be a bit stiff, but it's not usually too bad. So there you go, it's nicely attached. And then all you have to do now is you take your wire, and all you do is put it in there like that. Now I put them in there just loosely to start with, just to test everything, and then push them much harder afterwards and they clip in properly. Right, we'll have slotted the shed back in the slot, and as you can see, there are the LEDs, and this is why I've put them on a frame, because you can see through the windows. So by seeing through the windows and just seeing a mass of wires and LEDs wouldn't have looked too good, so I built a frame to make it look as though it was a structure that was actually built into the shed. And it also means that they're all perfectly spaced and in the right place, and they're not going to wobble about on the wires and move around. As you can see from the inside, they look pretty good. Now if I just put the camera about there and turn the lights off, you'll get a better idea of what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the whole inside of the shed is nicely lit up. It's not too bright, it's just a nice glow, so anything that's parked in here can be seen easily. And also you can see the lights in there. And the whole thing from a distance is still lit up through the windows, so it just adds a nice little bit of detail to the layout. So that pretty much concludes the video, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll just show you a quick shot to finish with an engine in the shed. So bye for now.